Love makes the world go round. It's not just a song. It's the truth. It's fact. The highest energy there is love, followed, paired with joy. And how do you experience true love? Well, it comes from your heart. It never comes from anything external to you. Now, you may notice that I have a different background, but I still have the daffodils. Actually, they're jonquils, which are just like daffodils, but a whole lot smaller. Can you find them in the picture? And you see some of my favorite things: music boxes, oil lamps. Those are things I collect that bring me great joy, because life is about love and joy. Now, here's the thing of it. I meet so many people who work in rush environments, and they have no spiritual connection. Now, spiritual is different from religious. In religion, there's somebody telling you what to believe, how to observe, when to observe. Is that spirituality? No, do you see they're two different things? Spirituality is unspoken. It's the energy that actually runs your life. And yes, these things are very beautiful to me, but it's all outside of me. It can never bring me for everlasting joy, because that's what lives inside my heart. And what I'm here to share today, I remember I am a metaphysical minister, because it's critical that you have some kind of spiritual practice. You don't have to believe in God, especially a God who's all punishing and judging and makes rules and laws. There is a force. There's only one life force in the world. There's one energy, and we are all part of that one single energy. And if you don't give yourself time to tune in and experience it, you're missing out on what life really is about. If you can sit down, and if you've never meditated before, if you can go within with your eyes closed or not, when you're walking or sitting or lying down, if you can just shut out the world by going within, start with a minute, and go to 2, then go to 3, and then go to as long as feels right for you, not by watching the clock. You'll know when I meditate, I usually ask the universe, what do you want me to know, to feel, to experience right now? And then I'll get messages. I may see visions of things. I may hear sounds. I may just feel things. It's a kinesthetic experience. I guarantee you, though, it will happen. It's been happening for me my whole life. And here's the interesting part. It's happening nonstop for you until you realize you can get the nonstop messages coming at you. And nonstop as in every moment you're being guided by your guides, by your angels, by your spirit, your higher self. The all is one, whatever words you choose. You have to choose them. Don't let somebody choose them for you. Because what you believe is what manifests in your world. If you go back to very early mankind, they still had some kind of belief in some kind of force. Some force guides everything that happens. There are no coincidences. There are no accidents. There are life experiences that you may be missing if you are not doing some kind of spiritual practice, finding some kind of spiritual, not religious, spiritual belief that fits for you. And it can change as your life changes. My goal for you is just to notice, to be aware of all the invisible forces that are driving your choices, that are causing you to have certain choices and to decide which ones to follow and when. If there's one divine energy of which we're all part, then you recognize this thing called divine timing, which, oh my goodness, the neighbor decided to mow his lawn while I'm talking to you. So if you hear lawn mowing sounds, that's what's going on. What in your world do you feel unable to explain? Well, let me give you some examples of things that happen in my life that I expect, that have always happened. When I left the last place that I was moving from to the next place, there had always been a deer family that came in the yard, not all the time, once in a while. And if you've ever been around wild deer, the mothers are extremely protective. They have incredible hearing because they will hear you even if your windows are not open. If you're rustling or walking around inside, they will look straight in the window. They stand still and they stare because they're observing you so they can protect their young. Well, when I was getting ready to move out of that particular house, the deer family came, and the mom came up and just came real close to the window and just looked at me, seeking my attention, and we just exchanged glances. And sometimes I feel things and sometimes I hear things. Not like it's speaking out loud, but much the way plants talk. Just feeling the things. And by the way, if you've ever explored on YouTube or read The Secret Life of Plants or The Secret Life of Nature, you're aware that scientists know how to hook up microphones and they hear the sounds the plants make. And different plants make different sounds because everything is alive. And when I left recently to move to my current location, I went out in the yard and I had never made a connection with the animals. And man, there was a variety of animals that came through the yard. But what I connected with were certain trees. Well, actually the trees, the grass, the vines, the flowers, all of it. I connected. I felt the energy clearly. I felt the support. I felt the deep connection. And I talked recently about how if you can feel yourself sprouting roots from the bottom of your feet going down, 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 deep into the earth, you'll notice a stability you didn't have until you sprouted those roots. So the last place I always talked to all the living things. As I said, the grass, the so-called weeds. Weeds are flowers growing where some people may not want them to grow. The rocks, the vines, the animals also, but not so much communicating to me, but all that plant life, all of it was communicating with me for the 6 years I lived there. It was very, very clear, very distinct feelings. So what are you just now becoming aware of in your world that as you tune in, and it's been going on all along, but as you tune in, what feelings, what experiences are you now aware of that were there all along, but you didn't have conscious awareness? After all, who are you? You're not your body and you're not your mind. You are conscious awareness. Thank you so much for joining me here today for our gathering of metaphysical ministry connecting heart and mind. And remember to go into the show notes so you can join our Facebook group, our community, and get all the extras that now that I've got my health back, I'll be putting in more and more just as I used to. And when you join the community, you can join me for a live chat every month. You want to have the link to go to our podcast page where you can listen or watch every episode. Today is the 110th episode of the show, and as a matter of fact, we passed our 2-year anniversary, so we are now in season 2 of production. Most important of all, enjoy. That's capital I-N, capital J-O-Y, every moment, because that's why you are here. And when you're looking for the joy and the love, I guarantee you'll find it. And if you're looking to avoid what you don't want, I guarantee you'll keep getting what you don't want. It's up to you, and I will see you here next time.